Hello, I'm Will. Welcome to NYY Eye Test Baseball. This is the channel recapping and reacting to Yankees games with the emphasis being on the eye test. Today is the 18th of September, 2024. Yankees just finished playing game 2 of a 3-game set against the Mariners. They win this one 2-1 in 10 innings. Not a lot of offense today, only 3 hits from the Yankees, 6 hits from the Mariners, and 3 runs scored in total. It was a pitching duel for both sides. A lot of strikeouts for both sides. A lot of good pitching, a lot of very nasty pitching. But more importantly, the Yankees clinch a playoff spot today with the win. A fantastic result for the Yankees. The Yankees have worked so hard. It's been a difficult season at times. The season looked like it was going to collapse at one point during that very rough stretch. But the Yankees managed to bounce back. Their starting pitching has bounced back very nicely. They faced a lot of challenges. The bullpen, they've improved in their bullpen. And so this is a really good win as well. Yankees didn't score many runs, but able to just squeak out a victory today. Excellent performance in many regards today. I think we have to start off with Nestor Cortes. Cortes, 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Overall, I thought he was excellent. I thought he was very, very good. And you take away that Turner hit, which was just Dominguez misreading that pitch, misreading that ball to the outfield. And he really only surrenders 3 singles. He did have a few walks. Missed the zone a little bit at times, but his stuff was nasty as I've seen it this year. And I'd say as nasty as I've seen it in many years. I mean, where do I start? First of all, great fastball velo. The life on the fastball was great. Plenty of swings and misses. Not only swings and misses, guys not getting on top of that fastball, really struggling. He's got that great fastball because of the way he drives through the baseball. It creates a lot of difficulties. It's very, very difficult for hitters to get on top of the fastball. An excellent pitch. I've always said he needs to utilize that pitch properly. If that fastball has life, then you're likely to see a good Nestor Cortes start. I thought so many great aspects. Plenty of backdoor cutters, good utilization, a few cutters inside, and a few good backdoor cutters. That's a great pitch, right? I think Cortes sometimes gets in a little bit of trouble when he just works that inside corner to right-handed hitters. That's where he gets a little bit of trouble. He becomes a little bit too predictable. Using both sides of the plate, all of a sudden, that fastball inside, those pitches inside play up more as well. They surprise the hitter for location. And they also, it's a slight change of speed, right? The cutter's a few miles an hour slower than the fastball. It takes a little bit of pressure off that fastball. So excellent backdoor cutters. Very sharp, the shape of all the pitches, fastball shape, cutter shape, slider as well, excellent. Even the changeup was pretty good today. Good backdoor sliders. He threw some backdoor sliders when needed, to throw off the hitter's timings a little bit. I really like that pitch. He utilized that well. Surprisingly today, the changeup was working as well. He got a few outs there. The only sort of slight criticism I would have maybe towards the last few innings, he overutilized that changeup a little bit. Went to that changeup just a little bit too much, in my opinion, because I don't think that's his best pitch. I think he's got better pitches. And I think you want to throw that occasionally to guys that may be on the fastball or cutter just to get them off, or a pitch that kind of moves away to the right-hand hitter just to get them off of the fastball. But utilize it sparingly because it isn't your best pitch. But overall, an excellent start by Cortes. 6 innings. Sets up the Yankees nicely for a chance at victory. And you hope to see him carry this momentum through. And I think the Yankees have made a wise choice here. And he was upset at being placed in the bullpen in the Chicago series. But he has bounced back beautifully. I think it's the right move to put Stroman in the bullpen because he's definitely struggling a little bit versus Cortes. The Yankees' approach overall wasn't actually bad. I know it says 3 hits, but the pitching was nasty from the Mariners. I mean, all the pitchers today, Miller, Taylor, Munoz, Snyder, those guys, all those guys are nasty. Miller's an excellent starting pitcher. Sinker, slider, cutter, split, four-seam, knuckle curve. Excellent utilization of pitches. I thought he pitched Soto and Judge really well, especially Judge. Excellent use of that split to Judge. Excellent use of that split to some of the tough right-handed hitters. Showing a different look, right? That pitch inside to the right-handed hitters, it can either be 89 miles an hour or 95, right? You don't know which one it is because he could be throwing that splitter or fastball. All of a sudden, that fastball's got extra protection. And he was able to execute very well in the split to righties as well. Good sequencing. We saw some really good sequences. I thought he had good game plans against many of the hitters. He had quite specific plans, right? I thought the plan to Judge was excellent. A few of those sliders away, a few fastballs, a good dose of splitters, good game plan overall. I thought he pitched really well. And there was an opportunity for the Yankees in the second inning, in the third inning, to put some pressure. They had to build his pitch count up a little bit and to be able to put some pressure. And on a different night, the Yankees could have broken through, but he consistently pitched well. Good sequences of pitches, made it really tough on the Yankees. So again, it's tough to fault the Yankees today. I think they hit mediocre, but not terrible. I know it says 3 hits, but not terrible. It was just really good pitching. It was tough today. I mean, this is like postseason pitching. It's tough. All these guys are absolutely nasty. Also, the other thing was that there were a lot of close pitches that didn't go the Yankees' way. I think the Yankees had their approach, stayed within their game plan to take a lot of those close pitches, right? And they were actually very disciplined. Pitches that started off away, or pitches that the Yankees didn't want to swing at before 2 strikes, or even with 2 strikes. It's not an ideal pitch to swing at. They followed their game plan pretty well, but the umpire actually gave quite a few pitches off the plate. And so that's tough, because on another night the Yankees could have easily generated some offense from that. But then the umpire goes against you on pitches that are off the plate. Frankly, they're off the plate, right? It's not a height. There can be some debate with the height of pitches, because the computer, the electronic strike zone, isn't exactly accurately calibrated. But then there's generally no problems with the side-to-side strike zone, and there's definitely some pitches off the plate that went against the Yankees. And on another day, they could have gotten a few more walks. They could have had a few more opportunities to hit with runners in scoring position. But the Mariners are an excellent pitching staff. They've pitched well the whole year, and you can see why they're good. From the bullpen, Kane Lee, 10 pitches, 5 strikes, a walk. The shape of the changeup was pretty good, getting Haniger. Encouraging signs for Kane Lee. Holmes, again, the issue with Clay, inconsistent with the sinker. Inconsistent, that's the word that I keep going to. He throws a good sinker to Cal Raleigh for a strike, but then he cannot find that good sinker again. He cannot find that sinker that actually sinks instead of runs. And the last pitch he actually gets Raleigh on, that Raleigh flies to left, is a sinker that kind of runs, but Raleigh is just unable to get the barrel to it. But when you throw too many of those pitches, there's going to be some trouble. And he's just not pitched lefties very well, because he doesn't really have that sinker. He hasn't been consistent with that good sinker throughout the year. And so he's struggled against lefties. And then because his sinker is inconsistent, he doesn't have a lot of confidence in that. He goes through too many sliders. Then he hangs one to Turner, who actually, I thought, swung the bat actually pretty well for the Mariners today. I thought, out of all the hitters, definitely swung the bat the best. Definitely swung the bat best was Justin Turner. And just a bad pitch. A slider that, not only did it hang, but it kind of backed up right into the barrel of the bat of the hitter. He had a strikeout over Rosarena, but that was a slider that, yes, it hung a little bit, but it also had good shape on it. So there's some protection on that pitch. It was good shape, and it finished away. to the hitter, but then the one to Turner just backed up and stayed there. And those are the ones that just back up right into the barrel of the bat. And those are the ones that get hit hard. Weaver was very sharp as well. I was very impressed by Weaver. 4 strikeouts, 18 strikes. The stuff is crisp. Fastball, a few fastballs down in zone, a few good fastballs up in zone. Excellent from Weaver. Really, really impressive. Hamilton was good today as well. A couple strikeouts. I thought he was good. He had that 0-2, the 0-2 fastball to Turner was excellent as well. In that situation, he likes to go to his slider a lot, but then in that situation, turning to his fastball, you like to see him have confidence with that pitch. And it's a good pitch. When he throws that well, combined with his slider, he's a very formidable reliever. But when the fastball eludes him, the control and the life of the fastball eludes him, that's where he can struggle a little bit and over-rely on the slider, making it a bit predictable. Overall for the Yankees, but very good performance overall from the bullpen. And it's good to see the bullpen settle down a little bit as well. And I think that's also because the Yankee offense is scoring first. The Yankee offense is putting the pressure back on the opposing teams. I think that always helps your bullpen settle down just a little bit. When you're pitching with a lead, you don't feel like you need to be perfect. It helps the bullpen it helps the bullpen out when you score first. Yankee hitters today, I think standouts Juan Soto and Anthony Rizzo. I thought Rizzo took a few steps in the right direction. I thought pretty quality at bats today from Anthony Rizzo. Nice piece of hitting on the 2-0 pitch that he is able, just a nice solid line drive that he's right on time for. And it's good to see him really get into a ball. Get right on that baseball and just hits it well. And I think that's going to be quite encouraging for him. And then being able to stay on that slider and time it nicely. So you definitely see Rizzo today. The timing of his swings, even when he struck out, was better. So it was an encouraging sign for Rizzo. And I think the big thing I also noticed about Rizzo was he took some more pitches. He took pitches close to the zone. I like that approach. And I've said this before, but when Rizzo struggles, he tends to chase a little bit. And I don't mean chase out of the strike zone, but chase around the edges of the zone. Because he's got good bat-to-ball skills. And you kind of try to reach out to hit those pitches, try to kind of bloop those pitches in. But that's not a great way to hit, because those are the pitches in those areas where it's the pitcher in the long run that's going to have success versus the hitter. Hitter's not going to be able to produce in the long run trying to hit pitches around the edges of the strike zone. So I thought that the approach was better. He took some close pitches. Yes, he got called out on strikes, but it also allowed him to see some better pitches to hit. So when he did get his pitch, he was able to be on time for it. So I liked the approach by Rizzo today. Soto as well, I thought was excellent. He took a few close pitches as well. Again, he had that sinker that struck him out, right? Sinker, a great pitch by Miller. That struck out Soto, kind of a front door sinker, but also took some really good pitches to get himself into good situations, to be able to hit, drew a few walks. And just, he has the ability, more importantly, to be able to hit with 2 strikes. I'm going to force you to throw some good pitches, and I'm going to trust myself with 2 strikes as well to be able to do damage. I thought very, very good from Soto today. Looked a lot more relaxed, balanced at the plate. The swings were pretty good. Encouraging signs overall. Some other notable hitters. I thought Torres was okay, actually. Torres is okay. It says 0 for 5, but he had some luck yesterday. Today, not so much, right? He had a few balls that he actually timed up nicely. The first inning, he had a nice at-bat. The third at-bat, I thought, was pretty good. He was pitched tough by Miller. But not bad from Torres, actually. Still encouraging signs from him. Judge, 3 strikeouts. He had a few pitches to hit. I remember a slider that kind of stayed there from Miller that he used, that he had an opportunity to hit. But Miller pitched him tough. Miller really pitched him tough, especially with those good splitters, hard splitters inside. Toughed on Judge. Chisholm still trying to find his timing a little bit, especially on the splitters. He had that splitter, the bases loaded, he struck out on that splitter up. I think he was on time for it, but he just missed the location of that pitch. So we're just seeing him try to figure out a little bit. Dominguez, a tough day for him. You're seeing a few positive signs, but still not consistent enough with the takes, not consistent enough with the approach. Volpe struggling and Verdugo struggling, especially Volpe. Volpe and Verdugo really struggling. Volpe, when Volpe's struggling as well, he struggles to control the strike zone. He doesn't really know where the strike zone is. He becomes extremely indecisive and a lot of half swings. I don't know if it's mental. It could be a little bit mental, a little bit technical, and a little bit mechanical. But when he's hitting well, he's got so many tools in his arsenal. You wonder why he's not one of the best shortstops in the league, because he can get to pitches inside really quickly. He can shoot balls to right field and hit to right field with some power. But when he struggles, he really, really struggles. And I don't know if that's mental. But overall, a good game for the Yankees today. More importantly, they clinch the postseason. They pitch well against a tough ball club. And now it's on to the next target, which is trying to win the division. And with the Orioles struggling now, it's the best time the Yankees can just squeak out a few more victories, and then it takes all the pressure off of the Baltimore series. Then in the Baltimore series, you don't have to win the series, right? That's going to end. It puts the pressure on Baltimore to be able to sweep a series. So a lot of positive signs for the Yankees today. Good win. They're 47-30 on the road. They played actually very well on the road this year, which is something that you really like to see, because in years prior, that's been an area where they have struggled. But overall, an excellent game, a pretty good game overall, an exciting game. Also, just to mention that the play at third, the Yankees stumble into a few gift outs at third base, with Rodriguez not paying attention. He's trying to get away from the bat, not paying attention. Then Wells immediately spots it and then makes a throw over to Chisholm, who's also paying attention. So excellent heads-up play there, right? Opponents may not always present you with the opportunity. They may not always make the mistake, but when they do make the mistake, you have to be there to capitalize, and that's exactly what Wells and Chisholm did there. Yankees with some heads-up play. But thank you for watching if you've watched this far. If you have any thoughts, suggestions, comments, opinions, please feel free to share those in the comments below. And have a great rest of your day. Go Yankees.